When Super Mario Odyssey was initially released, it caught a lot of people by surprise because of the amazing level design and vast amount of secrets that can be found in the game. These secrets mainly come in the form of the hundreds of power moons that act just like stars in previous Mario games, which are collected to unlock new kingdoms for you to explore. Collecting these power moons can range from mind-numbingly easy to painstakingly difficult, which is what leads me to the topic of today's video. My name is Copycat, and welcome to the top 15 hardest moons in Super Mario Odyssey. Now if this video looks familiar to you, it's actually a topic I've talked about already on this channel. However, I decided to remake it for you guys as I wasn't overly happy with its content or quality, so I hope you just enjoy. Number 15 on this list is a moon called Herding Sheep Above the Forest Fog, and can be found in a moon pipe in the Wooded Kingdom. To achieve this moon, you'll need to guide a sheep into a circle by walking behind it to move it forward or hitting it with Cappy to make it go flying. The reason this moon is on this list is because the sheep at times doesn't want to cooperate at all, and the mechanics of using Cappy to move the sheep along can be frustrating as it can easily fly off the side and you'll have to restart the challenge. There aren't many of these sheep challenges in this game, but this one has to be the most annoying by far. The next moon on this list is located under a rock on a lonely eastern pillar in the Sand Kingdom. Getting this moon is difficult because the only way to break the rock is with a bullet bill. To do this, capture one, and lead it to a pillar, ensuring another bullet bill is following close behind you. Once the first one explodes, quickly capture the other one and hold the Y button to accelerate and shake your Joy-Con to go even faster. If done correctly, you should make it to the pillar in time to break the stone and collect the moon. Now this seems easy, but trust me when I say this took me a long time to figure out, and getting that second bullet to follow you can be a bit tricky. Vanishing Road Rush and Vanishing Road Challenge are moons located through a scarecrow door on the dark side of the moon. This is a much tougher version of a previous challenge called Motor Scooter Daredevil that was located in the Metro Kingdom, as you now have to gather both these moons with just your parkouring skills. This really does force you to perform some perfectly timed Mario jumps and dives, and teaches you how to control him, moving him efficiently to get the moons at the level's end. Walking on the moon again is one of the last circle walking challenges in Super Mario Odyssey, but is also by far the hardest due to the moon's low gravity and the large amount of points you need to get it. You need a total of 90 out of 100 points, and this gets really hard due to the fact the line slowly disappears. Doing small things like getting the first visible section perfectly and angling the camera will help you get this infuriating moon on the moon. A successor to another level by the same name in the Wooded Kingdom, this one is located through a Cappy scarecrow door on the dark side of the moon. What makes this much harder than the original is the fact that you don't have Cappy, so your platforming will have to be a lot more perfect. A few tips to beating this level would be to use the rocks and the piranha plant's poison to ensure the ground in front of you is completely solid. There's also a secret moon located through a small hole in the wall, so keep a lookout for that. The second volleyball moon that you can achieve in the Seaside Kingdom is Hero of the Beach. This challenge is a lot harder than the first, as you now have to return the ball 100 times with the speed and direction of the ball increasing over that time. This is actually really difficult to do, but there is an easier way to achieve this if you switch to 2-player mode and use Cappy, who has quicker acceleration and a lower turn rate than Mario. This dark side of the moon level has you capturing Yoshi and using him to reach the end while collecting fruit along the way. This can be extremely difficult as Yoshi's platforming skills can be a bit hard to maneuver with, and his tongue never seems to want to lick or eat any of the fruit. One thing I eventually did learn was to use Yoshi's tongue while jumping, which will flick him upwards onto the platform. This makes the level a lot more manageable, and as an added challenge you could try to beat it by getting all the fruits in one go. Both the Jaxi Driver and Jaxi Stunt Driver moons are located in the Jaxi Ruins in the Sand Kingdom. For the Jaxi Driver moon, you have to navigate the Jaxi through a maze of poison, which is extremely hard due to how fast the Jaxi runs and how hard it is to turn. The second moon, Jaxi Stunt Driver, is a bit more difficult as you have to collect a series of music notes in a really limited amount of time. This is super difficult as it's really easy to fall off the edge and will definitely take a few tries before you get it. Breakdown Road, Final Challenge, is a moon on the dark side that's actually a follow-up to a Wooded Kingdom level with a similar premise. The major difference here is that you don't have Cappy, making this challenge much more difficult as you can't capture the Bonsai Bill, which is something that dozens of people screamed at me to do in a previous Hardest Moons video. You can't do it. The best way to get the Bonsai Bill to break the rocks is by perfectly long jumping over and over until you reach the end. This championship Shavarian race takes place in the Snow Kingdom, and the winner gets a Power Moon. This race is difficult as it's hard to control the Shavarian racer, and understanding when to use the bound ability is key. The Shavarian's mechanics are unlike any other in the game, so a good tip is to only bound on flat sections and ramps going downwards. If you bound going upwards, you'll actually slow down. This may take a few rounds to complete, but when you finally win the race, you'll definitely be satisfied. The second picture match challenge in the Mushroom Kingdom is almost impossible, as only the outline of Mario was visible this time, and you have to score 80 points to get the moon. That's not even the most difficult part, as every single time you place a facial feature, it actually disappears on the screen. This was so difficult for me that I actually had to get to the point of tracing the original image on paper, taping it to my TV screen, and using it as a sort of cheat. In the end, this was really the only way I could get this moon, but let me know in the comments below if there's any other way that you know of that is a little bit better. Probably the most annoying moon in Super Mario Odyssey has to be the Jumprope Genius challenge located in the Metro Kingdom. To gain this second and much harder moon, you need Mario to jump over 100 ropes that get faster and faster as time goes on. This will definitely put your timing and button mashing skills to the test. And a good tip would be to angle the camera so you can see both people who are swinging the rope, so that your jumping is a little bit easier. But even if you get the moon, don't think you're getting anywhere close to the world record. Just, what? Mario's obsession with rabbits reaches its pinnacle in this arena-style boss battle on the dark side of the moon. To get this moon, you need to fight every enemy one by one, with the added difficulty of it all being in lower gravity. At the top of the tower, there's a final fight against the brutal mech boss, which can only be defeated if you capture a Hammer Bro and destroy the legs of the mech. Be wary of the bombs and ropes the mech tries to shoot at you, and when it's about to fall, move out of the way so it doesn't damage you. If you die, you'll have to start all the way back at the bottom of the tower and begin the climb all over again. Once you destroy the mech, you'll defeat the Brutals and gain this incredibly difficult moon. Located down the well next to Peach's castle in the Mushroom Kingdom, this insanely out-of-place 2D level will put your platforming skills to the test. I failed this level many times due to the moving background, which adds an interesting twist as it kicks you right back into the 3D realm. After passing a barrage of bullet bills and surviving a very tight platforming section, things start taking a turn for the weird. A 2D style Super Mario Galaxy part requires perfectly timed jumps on your path to reaching the goal and getting the upside down moon. This small level is extremely out of place and is one of the coolest parts of Super Mario Odyssey. The number one spot on this list has to belong to the final kingdom in the game, the darker side of the moon, and its challenge, A Long Journey's End. This crazy level is one of the hardest 3D Mario platforming sections ever, and incorporates different aspects from various kingdoms. While there are ways of gaining the 6 maximum hearts, the real challenge lies in trying to get to the multi-moon with only the 3 hearts given. The first section of the level starts with some tight platforming that makes you climb, jump, and swing on a series of poles, and then long jumping across moving platforms, staying out of the lava below. After this, there's a series of sections that all involve capturing different characters having to use their unique abilities to progress. Probably my favorite part is the 2D Donkey Kong boss battle. Having to dodge his barrels and defeat him left me wanting much more. The last section lets you become Bowser, avoiding boulders that are crashing down on you. From here, capture the frog and scale the Empire State Building to claim the hardest moon in the game. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you did enjoy this one. If you did, please leave a like. Comment below what you thought, if there's any moons I left out at all, and of course subscribe to my channel. Hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!